Morning, guys. We're late. Sorry. It's Mark's fault.
Yep.
It's Mark's fault. We are going to end the year, the very last Friday Novak News for 2023. We're just going to talk about everything. Scrambled eggs of real estate. We're going to talk about agents' commissions. We're going to talk about the rank.
How much agents make?
The rank.
Ranking agents.
Ranking
all
agents.
the agents that are number one.
Yeah, we were going to call it something else, but this is a G-rated show. And we're just going to talk about everything.
Who's getting into real estate?
How much real estate agents earn?
Difference between a property manager and a salesperson.
We're going to do an intro. We're just going to roll in. No, we'll just roll in.
Yep.
We're just going to do whatever we like this morning. That's what we're going to do.
Scrambled eggs.
It's the end of the year.
How good does it feel?
It definitely feels now. It feels like the end of the year. But I can't.
And I can catch up on stuff at work.
Can you?
Yeah. Busy, but like emails catching up, calls catching up, like I'm on fire.
Good for some. Yesterday I was called out to do a huge amount of appraisals. And yeah, it was a really, really busy day and really good appraisals.
Who gets an appraisal like 4 days before Christmas?
But people were great. Like they were saying, I'm really sorry, Lisa. I know, we're blinking and it's Christmas. I even had one come through late last night, actually. A really, really lovely home. 5 appraisals yesterday. It's crazy. So it'll be back to back right until we head off on holidays, which is great.
I'd not accepted last night, 4 days before Christmas.
Yeah. We've done a number of exchanges this week.
Yep.
Is it weird we're going to take just a few weeks off, but is it weird that I'm already feeling like I'm going to really, really miss work?
Yep, that's really weird.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
I literally have an addiction to my work. I love it so much. I'm already thinking about being away on holidays and how much I'm going to miss work. And I had a big team meeting yesterday and my team was saying, I'll bet you can't stay off your phone. And I'm like, I'm going to divert my emails. And Xanthony, who works alongside me, she goes, I'll bet you can't stay off your phone.
You're not going to stay off your phone.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see how that goes. It's nice. It's nice from my side. I love what I do, though. Like I actually.
If it makes you happy,
it
doesn't matter holidays or not holidays. It makes you happy.
Love what I do. Love my team. Love my clients.
It's like your boss at work. Like I'm your boss at work, and
I'm your boss at home.
And I make you happy. So when the boss is on a holiday, you still like him. I'm just the boss.
Let him believe that. Let's talk about, what are we going to talk about first? Yeah, thanks, Luke. Honestly, it's a passion.
How much do real estate agents make?
How much do real estate agents make? I think, it depends on how hard you're going to work. That's the bottom line. The years of experience in real estate does not matter. It does not matter. I've seen real estate agents that have been in real estate for 1 or 2 years that will make quadruple what a real estate agent that's been in the industry 20 years make. Let me give you an example. Josh Teslin. There's a great example of a phenomenal real estate agent who has not been in the industry that long. And I saw on his social media, so we can repeat this, that he did gross commission of $8 million this year.
Who cares?
No, well, you were just asking how much real estate agents make.
That's like the number one in Australia.
Yeah.
That's not real estate agents.
Okay. Well, you give us the parameters, Mark.
But I do have to correct on what I said on Josh. The guy's a weapon.
He's phenomenal. And he's just an all-round awesome guy.
He's just... But you know what? I think people get focused, agents, and I think consumers just on that. Great for Josh's core market. But I think this is a guy that he's like the Arnold Schwarzenegger of the industry. Like he's the best of the best, and we've got to remember that. But real estate agents as a whole, what do you reckon they make? People want to know.
On average, I reckon real estate agents are making somewhere between 60,000 a year, true story, all the way up to 8 mil.
So I reckon
and everything in between. What do you reckon the average is?
70% of agents don't make commission, so they're sitting on about 60, 70 grand a year. That's 70%. And then the balance of that, I think, depending on how good they are at their craft. And if I could grade it as an A, B, C, and D, you know, like hardworking and an expert at what they do, I would say an A player would be around that sort of 300 to 500. I'd say a B player would be around that 100 to 200.
Yeah.
I'd say a C player would be that 80 to 100K, and a D player would be that sort of 70K, which is the majority of the people out there.
So that just gives you guys some parameters.
Yeah,
but I do
always
want to
talk about,
say
they see the fancy
it's the weirdest
cars, the
thing.
fancy suits.
It's the weirdest
Next
thing.
topic.
I want to finish on that one
No.
because I have to say, when I first came into real estate sales, I remember doing my very, very first interview, and I had said to the person that was interviewing me, I just want to say I find it really weird that the industry talks about how much money they earn and people are ranked accordingly based on the amount of money that they earn. I find that really, really weird. And as the years went on, every time I did an interview, people would say, "Oh, can we ask whatever questions?" But I'm like, absolutely. But the one question that I find is weird is how much money I earn. Not that I'm ashamed of it, but I just think it's an unusual question to ask.
Yeah.
And if you take that to another industry, and I'm often saying this, if you're a surgeon and you're being interviewed and they ask how much money you earn, the surgeon's gonna look at you like, what? That is odd. It's such a bizarre question.
Taboo.
I don't want to be ranked. I don't want to be liked. I don't want to win a popularity contest or anything like that based on my gross commission. I think it's an unusual question, but the industry and people seem to be obsessed with that with real estate.
All right, so let's now talk about scrambled eggs. Friday, talk about everything in real estate. Let's talk about ranking of real estate agents. So I go on social media and they're always winning awards.
Can you say it? Because I don't want to say it. I called it something this morning.
Rank wank.
Yeah.
So they talk about, I won this award, that award, on this award, that award, fat award, little award, big award, backward, little award.
Yeah.
Award. Can you just clear it up quickly within 5 words?
Yeah. Okay. So the great thing about our industry is
it's 5 words done.
It's very transparent. You really can just go online yourself and you can actually see who's who in the zoo, which is the great thing. The awards thing is amazing. There's some phenomenal awards that are given out, and they're absolutely justified.
There's a lot.
But I think there's a lot of them now. I really do.
So there as a consumer,
for agents who wear socks, agents who don't wear socks, agents who rank the highest, agents who collect the most reviews. There's a lot of awards.
So what's important to me when I'm looking for a property manager when it comes to awards, or a salesperson when it comes to awards? How do I find a good realtor?
Word of mouth.
Today.
Word of mouth.
Best way.
Word of mouth is
best way.
Word of mouth is always the best way.
Best way.
The biggest compliment that I can get as an agent or anyone can get is a referral. That's the best way, without a doubt. But again, we're a very transparent industry. You can go online, you can see how long our property managers have been at Novak with us.
Yeah.
That speaks volumes.
Yeah.
15 years, Brunker. Actually, might even be more, Mark.
Yep.
15 to 16 years, Brunker. Cleo, 12 years with Novak.
Yeah,
Tina, 7 years with Novak.
These girls are not asleep at the wheel. These girls are at the top of their game. So I think, sometimes agents have been long-standing, but they're not like, they're asleep at the wheel. They're not like working hard, doing the right thing, smashing it, looking after people. Boom. Next topic.
Next topic, commissions. Should we talk about?
Talked about that.
Agents' commissions. No, we talked about how much they.
How much they charge clients.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agents' commissions, which varies significantly depending on the area that you're in. So we're based in Sydney. We were out with Josh Teslin actually at his Christmas party last Sunday.
Yes.
It's interesting to hear what other agents charge.
Lower prices, higher comms.
Oh, no, these guys are charging quite high comms actually.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Lower prices, higher comms.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
She doesn't say that much.
But on average, I would say on the northern beaches where we operate, on at the average commission around our area would be sitting at about 1.8%.
Yep.
Would you agree?
Yep.
Okay. And we do work really, really hard for that commission. I know there's a lot of stuff that gets said about real estate agents and how we're just printing money and driving beautiful cars.
But people only see
the hours of
fortunate
the hours of
I
service
can
are
understand
grueling.
consumers having that view. They are seeing the fortunate few. They are seeing the
Instagram posts.
Yeah, and these people that are some of them that are exceptional are very visible, and you only see them.
Yeah.
But there's another 95% of people out there that you don't see that aren't doing those numbers. So it's like any industry. There is this beautiful balance of medium, extra large, large, and small across every industry.
But no one's reporting the hard sales. No one's getting onto their social media and going, oh my God, that sale was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
We underachieved what we thought we were going to get. And, we lost buyers and the property was awful. And no one's telling you that. Everyone's telling you reporting the good stuff.
I've been working so hard on this property. So hard. Probably probably given it all I got, like blood and guts. And last night, the client had to talk to her husband, and she said, I'll come back to you. So pretty much I just thought, okay, offer accepted. She came back and said, Mark, had a talk to Stu. We're going to pull the property off the market.
Oh.
No one see. And you know what I thought? I thought, Merry Christmas, and this is the business. So all the time, all the money.
But you work for free.
For free.
I don't know any other industry where we work for free until we get a result. Owned us
for a month. Anyway, she turned around and said, I'm just joking. I will accept the offer.
No.
She left me hanging as well.
Oh,
she got me a good one. But back to your story, Lise. Like, people don't see the setbacks. That was a funny setback, and happened quick. But that happens, and it's like there's no one there saying like, that's business.
Yeah.
What other things in Scrambled Egg news this week?
But just on that, I just want to say that even once I had sold a property and it had exchanged unconditionally, I had a massive issue with a property with settlement a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
It was the hardest thing, I reckon, one of the hardest things I've actually ever had to deal with in real estate.
Very much.
What was going on there behind the scenes was absolutely catastrophic. These poor vendors, most beautiful, beautiful people, they had already bought, they couldn't settle, they almost lost their property. I mean, it was absolutely heart-wrenching. The tears, and it was just, grueling. A lot of, people don't see that. We definitely don't report it. But there's, there is a lot that goes on under the iceberg.
That ain't on social. They just see the fancy cars,
a lot.
Slow walking real estate agents. What else before we go, Lee?
Don't believe everything you see on social media. So, again, in our industry, there's a lot of reporting about all the good stuff. A lot of people don't report the bad stuff, the hard stuff. As I said, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes there. So don't believe everything you see on social media. It's not all fancy sports cars and designer handbags. It's definitely not.
I think this is our last show for the year.
It is, yeah.
What's your New Year's resolution?
Personally, professionally?
Yeah.
Both. We were sitting writing our bucket list the other morning. Mark and I do this probably, do you reckon, once a year? We go through and we just zhuzh it up.
Yes.
It's actually a really cool thing to do, guys, and shoot for the stars with your stuff.
Well.
Oh, we started doing it about 15 years ago.
Yes.
Our bucket list.
Yep.
And some of the things that you write on there, you're like, that's ridiculous. And then we were going through and we were ticking through stuff. We're like, oh my God, we actually did that.
Yes.
One of the things was want to go to Antarctica. We did that. It was, I don't know, just sometimes when you put things out there to the universe,
It just
You
happens.
actually can manifest things and make stuff happen. I do really
So
believe that.
I put in my notes on my phone, on my Apple phone. It just lives there. No one else can see it. It's there. And then every once in a while, we just go back to my notes, and then I just read them out to Lise. Yeah, I've ticked everything on Lisa's bucket list.
Almost everything. Almost everything.
No,
But it's
none of
interesting,
mine.
guys. I really do recommend that you do that. I really do. And shoot for the stars. And it could be something really small. It could be something really, really big.
It's cathartic.
But it's
going
actually
through
quite nice. It
Yeah,
is.
going through
It's
it,
quite nice going
adding
through
to
it.
it. Done. And when something's done on the bucket list, we do write the word in capitals "done" next to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Professionally, though, as cliche as this sounds, I do want to double up. That's my goal. I had a great meeting with my team yesterday. Double up on what I did this year.
More the same, double, eh?
Nothing to do, and anyone who knows
Double
me
the
knows
happiness.
it's nothing to do. It's nothing to do with money. This has literally always just been
Double the
my
happiness,
own
double the
personal
customers.
challenge. Yep. And then personally, I don't know, watch this space. I'll have a good think about it while I'm away. But there will be more stuff added to that list. There will be. You got to, because you got to keep pushing forward, guys. When you stand still, and you've ticked everything on your bucket list, it's not a great space to be in. I'm always saying a healthy mind is a busy mind, and a quiet mind is the devil's playground. So make sure you're always pushing yourself. No, I did not.
Now you're never allowed to say it's your dad's saying.
He saves this for Friday. I swear. That's not even your saying, Mark.
It is so.
It's a saying.
I know, but I'm the one that's rattled it off the day we met.
No, you have not. Honestly. But it is important, guys, to push yourself all the time. No one ever died from working hard. Shoot, shoot for the stars, and you might just surprise yourself, honestly. But you've got to keep pushing yourself forward all the time, and always be doing what makes you happy. I had a meeting yesterday with Jono and Zance. We obviously all work together, and I said that to them. I said, while we're away, I want you guys to have a really good think about what you love and what makes you happy, because we've got to roll that into our daily routines. We have to. That is so important. It's one thing to work really, really hard, but much more important than that is to ensure that you actually love what you do. You'll be good at it then. You, Mark?
I'm happy to just had listened to that. That was great. Hallelujah, praise the Lord, and well done. And I hope that inspired everyone out there today.
No, what do you want to leave everyone with for 2023?
I'm going to go.
Mark's he's in a weird mood. You know what it is? I know, because we've been married for a really long time. I know what it is. He's like this is Mark winding down slowly. Like he gets into this like weird little space. This is you, like you're starting.
To the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark's on a bit of go slow mode now.
It's the fun. I like it. It's the fun bit of the year. Like it's loose. It's loose this time of year.
Yeah.
But where, just so you know where we're going, don't worry about me, my aspirations and dreams.
No, we do. People want to hear this.
We're in Surrey Hills, and we're going to go eat pastries now. Yeah.
Oh, like we've literally found
this really cool place.
The best pastry shop ever. We really have.
AP's.
The best pastry shop ever. So
Paramount Cafe, if you ever get a chance.
Oh, yeah. No, I saw they've got Portuguese tarts that are as big as my head.
Yeah.
They're enormous.
Yeah.
Enormous.
Get in there. But guys, have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas. Love you. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Get your bucket list out like we were just talking about in your notes on your phone. Start a bucket list in your notes on your phone and start building out a list for the rest of your life. We have. It worked.
Oh, it's a great thing to do. Guys, have a beautiful, beautiful Chrissy. Thank you so much for everything that you give us as well. We thought we were absolutely mental doing all of this social media 5-6 years ago. And, but you guys have been here. You've supported us all the way through. We hope that we've given you something this year, some information, some advice, some little bit of inspiration that might have helped you. And again, just thank you for all of your support. We truly do appreciate it. We see you guys, we hear you guys, and we absolutely love you all. So, Luke, in particular, I just want to shout out to you. This is a guy that turns up every single day to watch our social media.
Beautiful, man.
Every single day. Thank you for your support. That's it. Over and out.
Love ya.
See you guys.
Bye.
Mwah.
See ya.